We're flashing Death Touch and Lifelink on our other Blacklance Paragon. All their calculations are based off of me having 7 life, not 10. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. We're playing Mono Black today within Standard. This is not a rotation-proof deck. I want to make that very clear off the start. We have Mythics and Rares that we will see leave Standard in September, so don't feel the need to, go out of your way to spend wildcards to build this deck. This video is meant for people who kind of have a semi-complete collection and are looking to get the most out of their ranked season this September of 2020. And today we have the #1 deck within Mythic rank already in September 2020, coming to us from DeForce, which again rates Mythic place #1. So I don't want to hear in the comments that this deck sucks. And as always, we're breaking down the deck list in its entirety. What do all of the individual cards do? Right? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Then we break down the strategies and synergies. How do all of those individual cards come together to form a really well-working, coherent archetype? Then we'll watch the gameplay footage. We'll break down all of the playlines and interactions we can find within the Standard meta pre-rotation. We are playing traditional again today, which means we have a sideboard incorporated, best of 3. Next up, we will have some closing thoughts, our ideas on how the deck should go. Maybe it's perfect. We're going to discuss that. We also have plans for the channel and a vlog style closeout, which many of you probably don't care about. If you don't care about any of those parts, we do have the timestamps in the description, and you can slide the little bar on the bottom to pick the appropriate place that you'd like to start watching from or jump to, right? If you find any value within this video, I really encourage you and kindly ask, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It looks much better once it's turned blue. And then go ahead and share the channel out to a friend or even just this video. This is the quickest way to help me grow my channel, and it's completely free. If you want to go above and beyond that, you can open up a playlist, let it play while you sleep, and you can also join Twitch Prime for free. You can do the Twitch tiers, Patreon tiers, and YouTube membership tiers as well if you are a boss level player. And for those of you who are, I really appreciate it. And I give you a thumbs up. Anyways, let's get right into the deck list. We've got 4 copies of Gutterbones. This is a 2/1 Skeleton Warrior. Enters the battlefield tapped. We can pay 2 to return it from the graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only during your turn and only if an opponent lost life this turn. 4 copies of Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is a 1/2 in which we can pay 3 to give it +3/+3 and Death Touch until end of turn. At the beginning of your end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. Into our 2 drops, we have 2 copies of Tymaret, Chosen from Death. This is a 2x creature. X is equal to your devotion to black. You can pay 2 instant speed without tapping it to exile 2 target cards from graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. So a great way to get rid of arrows. Kitesail Freebooter. This is a 1/2 with flying. When Kitesail Freebooter enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. Exile that card until Kitesail's Freebooter leaves the battlefield. This is great, however, maybe not so great if they have removal. Heartless Act. We have 2 copies of this. Instant speed. Choose 1. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. Return them to 3... Not return, sorry. We're all over the place today. Remove up to 3 counters from target creature. Eliminate a single copy here. Instant speed. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. 2 copies of Blacklance Paragon. Now this is a 3/1 human knight with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, target knight that you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. It could be that your opponent controls, I guess, but why would you ever do that? Anyways, just a 3/1 that can give itself lifelink, and Death Touch is very, very cool. Considering it has flash, you can surprise a questing beast or something with them and not only remove their creature, but gain a little bit of life in the process as well. Rotting Regisaur is our first 3-drop. You know we have to have 4 copies of this a 7/6, and at the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card. 4 copies of Demonic Embrace, an enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1 and has flying, is a demon in addition to its other types. You may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life, discarding a card from your hand, and paying its organic costs of 3 in this scenario. Your opponent could increase the cost of it, and then you'd have to pay the increased cost. So that's a bit of a bummer. Keep that in mind. 2 copies of Murderous Rider. This is a 2/3 with lifelink, and whenever it dies, it goes onto the bottom of its owner's library. It has an instant speed adventure called Swift End attached to it. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. Into our 4-drops, we have 4 copies of Spawn of Mayhem, a 4/4 with flying and trample. Spectacle, which means if an opponent has lost life this turn, you can cast it for its spectacle cost. In this case, Spectacle for 3, and at the beginning of your upkeep, Spawn of Mayhem deals 1 damage to each player. Then if you have 10 or less life, put a +1/+1 counter on Spawn of Mayhem. 3 copies of Rankle, Master of Pranks, a 3/3 with flying and haste. This is a legendary creature. Whenever Rankle, Master of Pranks, deals combat damage to a player, choose any number. Each player discards a card. Each player loses 1 life and draws a card. Each player sacrifices a creature. 4 Castle Locthwains, in which we can pay 4 to draw a card, losing life equal to the number of cards in our hand, and 20 Swamps. Our sideboard consists of 2 copies of Disfigure for 1, instant speed. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. 4 copies of Blightbeetle, a 1/1 with protection from green. Creatures your opponent controls cannot have +1/+1 counters put on them. 1 copy of Eliminate. We have this in the main board, so we'll not touch it. A single copy of Grasp of Darkness. Instant speed for 2. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. This is an amazing way to kill creatures with Indestructible. An additional Heartless Act. 2 Noxious Grasps. Instant speed for 2. Destroy target creature or planeswalker that's green or white. You gain 1 life. And finally, but surely not least, 4 copies of Drillbit for 3. Spectacle for 1. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So you can see just how powerful this mono black list is. And playing it today, I actually went undefeated. I think 5-0. So just cutting through platinum rank. And I know it's only platinum. And maybe that's probably why I'm going 5-0. But if you are looking for a deck, no matter what rank you are, this is the one to help you climb rank in September 2020. We talked about the deck list. Let's break down some of these strategies and synergies that you're going to find within the deck, and maybe even some potential misplays. Our overall game plan is an aggro mindset. This means riding your curve up. Turn 1, you've got a 1-drop. Turn 2, you've got a 2-drop. Turn 3, you've got a 3-drop. And on turn 4, you've got a 4-drop. That's your ideal play line, and then you can mix and match which drops those are. Ideally, there are creatures on the board that can all attack. If not, then it's removal spells that you got to utilize and didn't waste your mana on. So the key to winning aggro matchups is having a very strong and consistent turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. And you better win on turn 5 if you didn't on turn 4, right? This deck does have a lot of reach than most aggro decks. Rankle has haste. It can hit for 4 damage at any time, 3 with the combat damage, and then the additional, each player loses 1 life for 4. That's nice. And if your opponent doesn't have a flyer or have reach, this can come in at any point in time. And 4 is 1/4 almost of your opponent's health. So that's not bad. We also have lots of reach through Spawn of Mayhem, dealing 1 damage to each player at the beginning of your upkeep. A stackable effect. 2 Mayhems, 2 damage. 3 Mayhems, 3 damage, right? So that is a very nice way for that reach on damage as well. And then, of course, the one and the only Demonic Embrace, +3/+1. Put it on a grounder. It now has flying, and that is a perfect form of evasion, similar to trample. Again, your opponent has to have reach, and they have to have a creature with flying. So we can prioritize our removal, knowing these things, on creatures with reach and creatures with flying. This will keep our attacking lanes open, so our flyers do not get blocked, our damage is not interrupted, and we make those turn 1, 2, 3, 4 strong. I'm not really sure what the word that I'm looking for is, but you want to get all of the juice out of your lemons within those first 4 turns. And you know what? You can even drop Spawn of Mayhem through the spectacle cost on turn 3, which is really, really, really nice. If you ask me, it might even be better than playing the Regi because you don't have to discard with the Mayhem. You do chip damage, and you can continue to play those other cards. Rotting Regisaur is best played as the last card in your hand, so you don't have to discard. If you do have to discard, we have Gutterbones. This is an amazing discard option. It goes to the graveyard. You can bring it back from the graveyard, right? So no harm, no foul. The same goes for Demonic Embrace. You can play it directly from the graveyard to the battlefield. So Gutterbones, Demonic Embrace, amazing cards to discard with your Rotting Regisaur if the time comes. Freebooter is amazing. You want to take things that deal primarily with Freebooter, because if you take something that doesn't and he has something that does, then he'll just use what did deal with it to remove it, and then they got their card back, right? So you definitely need to prioritize Freebooter on taking things that deal with Freebooter itself, and then by default, because it deals with it, it will deal with other things in our board state as well, like our Paragon and Knights, etc., right? Murderous Rider, instant speed removal. Heartless Act, eliminate, instant speed removal. Blacklance Paragon, blocker speed removal, which is pretty cool. And then Rankle can actually have people sacrifice too, which is another form of removal. So there's quite a bit of removal. We can exile Uros and stuff with Tymaret, Ghost Riders, anything that's going to be coming back into play that annoys us. Planeswalkers, so ECD can't take them. Just the list goes on and on. It's not uncommon to empty your hand. This is why Castle Locthwain is so important here, because the Rotting Regisaur is discard. We're going to run out of cards quickly. We can use Castle Locthwain to help replenish our hand. Again, it's an aggro deck. You don't need your health points to be at 20. You need your health points to be at 1, as long as you've won the game. So don't worry so much about the trading unless it benefits you. If they're willing to tap their creatures and allow you to attack, go for it, right? You've got the removal for when the time comes. They won't be able to get that lethal that they were expecting. Blacklance Paragon for the removal plus the lifelink is a great way to do this, right? They're like, oh, we'll beat them, we'll out-tempo them. Last turn before they do, boom, here's the Paragon, there's a block, thanks for the life, and now we get to finish for the win. And again, you can do little things like attacking with your Knight with open mana. They don't want to block it because it can get +3/+3 death touch, so they let it go through. That's free damage, and then you can spend your 3 mana elsewhere from your hand, which is really nice. Put your Demonic Embrace not on your Rotting Regisaur unless you know it's safe. Now, I know this is controversial, but if you can spread your threat, your opponent's removal is less viable. If your opponent only has single target removal spells and you spread your threat through multiple creatures, they can't deal with it all. If you stack your threat on one creature and they have one removal spell, they have dealt with you very effectively. They've got a 2-for-1 at the very least. So, Demonic Embrace feels really tempting to put in on the Rotting Regisaur, but you could probably keep him as a 7/6 and just attack organically unless you know that it's safe to do so. Otherwise, Demonic Embrace should go on your Gutterbones. It should go on your Knight of the Ebon Legion. It should go on your Chosen from Death, stuff like this. Even your Blacklance Paragon. So your opponent is now using their removal on your less important creatures, and they are basically forced to leave your Rotting Regisaur alone, and he can just house in. And the same goes with your Rankle and your Spawn of Mayhem too. So if you can put your Demonic Embrace on a low priority creature, it brings their threat level up to match the others, and now they have to make a decision of what creature they remove if they don't have a field wipe. So don't stack your threat. That's going to get you a lot more wins within the deck. That's the general strategy for the main board. Let's talk about the sideboard. Removal, anything that you need to get rid of immediately, Disfigure does it. It also will snag things with Indestructible. Blightbeetle, this shuts down Nissa in a big way. Hydroid Crisis, Stonecoil Serpents, anything that thrives on +1/+1 counters, this is an amazing counter for it. Another copy of Eliminate, more removal. Grasp for Darkness, more instant speed removal. It could also kill Indestructible like we talked about. Heartless Act, more removal / token knockoffs. Not so great if you ask me, unless it's the removal on something like a Questing Beast. Noxious Grasp, more removal. Drill Bit, get into your hand and destroy it. My first go-to move typically is to see if they have removal. If they have removal, I normally take the Freebooter out and I will put the drill bit in, hereby dealing with their spells from hand and reducing the advantage that they can get from those spells if they can get them off, right? So we don't want them destroying the Freebooter and just taking their card a 1/2 that did nothing. Sucks. We're much better off to put something else in the deck, like more removal or more Paragons, if that's how we would play that card. So if they have removal, Freebooter goes out, drill bit goes in. If they have anything with the tokens, same goes with the Blightbeetle. And now we can pick what we take out for this. We can spread the threat, right? Again, Rotting Regisaur is really good against mono green, but things potentially like your Rankle or your Spawn of Mayhem might not be as good, but you're gonna have to make that call to put in the Blightbeetle to break green, right? And again, this could be as easy as changing. If you don't want to go with the drill bit, you could go in with the Blightbeetle. So like these 3 cards kind of rotate for me depending on the match. If it's like a spellcaster deck, drill bit. If it's like that Nissa token style or Sultai deck, Blightbeetle. If it is kind of like that combo deck, then I do like the Freebooter. But I make that decision based on what matchup it is. And then of course, you know, if we just need more removal, take more removal. There's maybe some removal in here that didn't work. So potentially Heartless Act didn't work for you, or potentially Eliminate didn't work. Take in the removal that's not as good and put in removal that is really good. Example, Noxious Grasp could replace either Eliminate or Heartless Act if they had green or white. Stuff like that. Take out what's bad, put in what's good. It should be pretty easy. You know, there's no defined meta quite yet. So to do a specific sideboard guide is kind of hard. I just try to generally break it down for you guys so you're learning the principles, and that way you can interpret and utilize any sideboard that you do run across just based on what I spew. So with that all out of the way, I'm on YouTube every single morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard. At 7 a.m. we switched to Twitch, and we're back again at 6 p.m. on YouTube again. You don't want to do the time conversions, I understand. Hit up the Linktree link in the description below. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Twitch. All the links are in that, and then you're going to be notified, and you don't have to give it a second thought. You just get to come out and hang out and have fun when you have time. We just gave away 120,000 gems, if you can believe it. We have 350,000 left to give away, so don't miss out on it. Subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and most importantly, join our Discord Linktree link below. We are playing today with MTGA Arena Assistant, the best tracker for Magic the Gathering Arena. You get deck write-ups, deck videos, metagame analysis, collection stats, you know, your win rates, all of that shenanigans. So very cool stuff within the MTGA Arena Assistant. All you have to do is download it from the Overwolf link below, hit your account, and Detailed Logs plugin support is right there to enable it. With all that out of the way, I thank you again for your time and attention. Everybody supporting the channel, you're amazing. Appreciate it. Love you all. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. Don't forget to watch to the end for our closing thoughts and vlog style close up. Take care and enjoy. Playing first, please and thank you. It's a pretty cool hand. Turn 1 Knight. No turn 2. Could be worse. Throwing in our attack. Into damage. Playing the Regi. Discarding Gutterbones. Equipping Demonic Embrace. Alright, alright, alright. It's just a replay of last turn. If we can connect with one of these hits. We have 2 Embraces. Let's toss one there. pushing it onto the knight. So if there is a Brazen Borrower, Reggie still remains on the field. Right? Splitting our threat. Still hits Reggie. Right? So by putting the Embrace not on Reggie, we're able to keep it in play. Big hits. Rankle's in play next turn as well. We could also throw Gutterbones in the air. Extinction Event would cripple us. Bouncing the knight, I can only assume. That's 10. Can trade with Rankle. Decent play. Down to 6. This is where they want to field wipe. Right? And we need to avoid that. Basically have to count on them having a dead hand and get in for our last hit. Our lava monster, right? You guys see that? You just have to click a bunch over there. Paying life, down to 4. Krasis can get rided by us, that's game. Let's take it to the sideboard. We're playing against Sultai Ramp. How are we taking down Sultai Ramp, right? What are our sideboard plays? Let's check out their graveyard. And we've got Borrowers, we've got Krasis, we've got Removal. Classic Jazz, you know there's an Ugin in there as well. So, no creatures, no counters. Eliminate picks up those Krasis no matter how strong they are. Don't need Darkness. Probably don't need Heartless Act, right? That doesn't pick up the Krasis whatsoever. Noxious Grasp will pick up Nissa and the Krasis, which could be good. I'm sure there's a Nissa hiding in there, right? You know, maybe just Drill Bit is really good. Let's just get right into the hand, and we'll go from there. I think they have Removal, so the Freebooter is dead. And I think the Heartless Act can go as well. We will take a second Eliminate. And 2 Noxious Grass, I think, are really good as well. Maybe even dropping 1 Eliminate for the Grasp. Rankle's not the greatest. It can be flash blocked by the Borrower. So let's take a drop there. Our opponent going first. We will mulligan this. The land is too slow, especially when they're on the play. 3 feels a lot better. Are we worried about Uro? Probably. Let's toss Reggie. Tymaret could be good. We can cheat our spawn in. That would be ideal as well. Petty Theft's disgusting. They can't cast it. This passage hasn't been put in yet, so Chosen from Death can go in. Cycling the Shark Typhoon. Right, main phase. Just for the land, probably. We need to take advantage of this, that means, right? This will trample through the borrower and still deal 3 damage. Plus it deals 1 chip damage every turn. Uro. That's what we were looking for. Let's take those away. Hit for 6. We flash our Paragon in. Right? Yeah. If there's any removal, we can flash the Paragon. Another Uro. Loving it. That's all the land. And it seems like they've bricked on land. Flashing the Paragon in. Gets rid of the Summoning Sickness. Chip damage. Exile Uro. Makes sense to me. They have to wipe our field. We probably should have kept it in our hands because we had lethal anyways, but could be fun. Now they need a field wipe. That's our first win. Let's get some more. We're going to have to mulligan this. I mean, yes, 1 land on a few nights is good if we can get our 2nd land. But, you know, I'm not into it. Not today. Keep 6. And I say we toss the Freebooter. We don't want to play into removal. Okay, so we have Azorius Flyers, I guess. Seems weird. Can't block, so let's take our hit. What? Jessica spells. They can't block. Only 1 flyer, down to 11. Spawn will help us close it out, I hope. Just buffing themselves. That's totally fine. No blocks. We hit for 7 at least. Good game. Take it to the sideboard. We're too tough. New battlefield. We had a Pegasus to deal with. You know, Defiant Strike. Just jazz nanigans. So I think probably destroying 3 or less is pretty cool with Eliminate. Non-creature, maybe, but they have removal. So the Freebooter can go. And I think Heartless Act is nice. You know, Grasp of Darkness is also nice. Just a little bit of removal across the board I think will be nice. A little bit extra. We're playing mono black aggro with Demonic Embrace. Just a really aggressive deck that can help people push their rank. I mean, we curve right into Rankle. If we pull any land, it sucks. Looking for a 3-drop. Free wins, baby. That's why you play standard, traditional. Because people, especially in the lower ranks like Platinum, don't have the resolve. They're not competing like it's their job in Mythic, right? They're just like, ah, screw it, I'm out. And you get free wins. Oakley dokley. This hand looks good. Mono green. Better not be. Might have to play my Rotting Regisaur on them. Primal Might is still really annoying. It is. These dirty dogs. Let's check out the hand. Right, pull the removal. 2 serpents. Nice, okay. No primal mites, that's what we were scared of. Pel Collector, yada yada. Serpent for 2, weird. Trying to go wide on us. We didn't necessarily need to do that instant speed, but screw that Pel Collector. No attacks. Trying to put off our Regisaur. I guess. Oh, protection from black. No, hexproof from black. That's fine. We just can't target it. We can take damage. That's fine. Not worried. One attack. If he doesn't block, we don't pump it. Really? I'll double down. I'll double down, dog. That Harbinger is all I wanted. I'll take that token too, though. Beast is fine. We're faking our attack. This is funny because neither of them survive, which is a bummer. But oh no, that won't work because it only has 1 point of damage. So this one needs to get the 1 point of damage for the Lovestruck Beast. And then this one will buff, so the multiple points will touch both creatures. We're down to our Regi, ready to play that. They got a 4/4 Stonecoil Serpent. Into our Rotting Regi, the long con. No attacks. We're top decking until he finds... Ooh! That's one of those creator top decks you guys are always talking about. I say we start bashing. Woo! Woo! Hey, that's a good drop. I would kill both of those creatures. I'll take that trade. Whew. 2-for-1s all day. That's my 2-for-1 dance. Another serpent, okay. Take our draw. This does become problematic. We don't have enough to close it out, so I just defend. We could double block, right? That's our best bet. We're not discarding, there's no Reggie. There she is. We have to put it over here. Right, just so... Well, the Serpent can still kill it, actually. No attacks. Harbinger. It's annoying, and I hate it. Passing our turn when we have 10 or less life, put a +1/+1. So that's going to take us to 6 defense, and then we can survive the Serpent. Right? Let's take our draw. Hey, 3 life, is that worth it? With a Death Touch, probably. Rankle with haste, sign me up. We're flashing Death Touch and Lifelink on our other Blacklance Paragon. All their calculations are based off of me having 7 life, not 10. Flash creatures for the win. We're playing mono green. How are we sideboarding against all of this wickedness? Mono green is tough right now. I mean, I was gonna say Eliminate's not good. It doesn't pick up the beast, but it picks up almost everything else. Noxious Grass picks up anything. That has to go in. You know, we've seen lots of counters. So Heartless Act, probably not so hot. I mean, does pick up the Questing Beast, though. But... Freebooter, didn't see any non-creature spells. That can go. Again, maybe we do keep the axe just for the beasts. Eliminates can go on everything else. There's no indestructible. The -4 is nice, but we're gonna be okay. Hexproof from black, right? That was annoying. We'll survive like this, though. Even just dropping the Freebooter is a significant advantage to our next matchup. Three land, Embrace in hand. Let's roll! Our opponent plays first. Not good, though. Not good, man. Serpent in play. Knight for the blocker. 2 Embraces is a little bit much. Archive Troll. Let's pick it up. We have the Rider for the Beast. No attack, still playing defensively. Scavenging Ooze is good. Let's go for it. Big money, big money. There's the chump block. Okay. Exiles it with the Ooze. 2 exiles. Ooze goes to 4, down to 1 mana. Don't you fight me. Stop it. Okay, we kill the creature at least. Big cries. Tymaret is nice, I guess. They play another Ooze, we can grab the cards from the graveyard before them, maybe? We need that 4th land, though. Serpent for 2. Collector to 2. Heartless Act can't touch either of those. We just go right back for the big guns. 5, they hit for 4, probably 5 as well. Pressing Beast with haste. No, thank you. Let's hold up our rider. Heartless Act. We gotta hit this beast, right? There she is. You know, Questing Beast clicks up, or Pelt Collector clicks up twice. It's annoying. I'm gonna trade with the Serpent. Right? We've got full hand. We've got such nice card advantage. Passing our turn. We have Murderous Rider. Nice. You can't hit that with our Murderous Rider, unfortunately. Has Hexproof from black. Spawn of Mayhem can trade. Not so shabby. Need to avoid Primal Mites and that jazz. Stop it! Ramp through. Ouch. Down to 11. They get the draw. From the top 4 as well. Not good. Not good. Not good! Right? We can trade. We can grasp the beast. Really? Wow, what a top deck that is, boys. Straight stop it. That's game. That's big old good game if I ever could see one for myself. Taking 5 damage minimum. Mobilize District. Let's not highlight it, but they could use that. Harbinger hits again. Unpleasant. And they straight up just have a ram through. Oh. Welcome to the arena where we play triple ram throughs off of a Primal Might. Seems fair, seems playable. These Harbingers are annoying, and I hate them. Alright, let's pick it up. Go to our sideboard. Big ouchies, right? Big ouchies. Let's take out our grass, one of them, and we'll put in our Grasp of Darkness. Drill Bit, I don't think's requirement because I've got Defenders so early. We're on the play again. We got this, we got this. We have some removal. We have nice 1-drops and 2-drops. We can pull that 3rd land, that's nice. Let's just pick this thing up. Give her 2. We need a land. Throw our bones in the air. Down to 13. Lethal in 3. We can play our spawn next turn as long as there's no removal. Down to 8. Playing our knight. Also playing our spawn. So if there is single target removal, we are avoiding it as best we can, having 2 flyers in play. No ram throughs. No primal mites. Urgh. Is it acceptable to growl at your opponents? Right? That's gotta do something. We should be able to slam down here, toss our act, and that's plenty of damage. It's all about that growl, right? Alright, ranking up into the next match. Playing first. 2 lands, not bad. Hopefully we pull that third. No 1-drop. Feels bad. We may as well give up now. Let's see what we're dealing with. Or we know it's removal. We take the removal. Let's get just a little sneak peek here. 2 pieces of removal? That sucks. Really? We don't have any spells with power 4 or greater. Borrower sucks. Hydrocrisis sucks too. It's something, I guess. Take our attack. Going wide. Trying to pull that third land. Come on. We'll place it on our Gutterbones. Nice. We can pull that petty theft now. Still nothing to be countered. We're still going wider. We get the +1. That's nice. We need to pull the mana somehow. Okay, we pulled our petty theft. That means we're okay to play our Reggie as far as I'm concerned. They go in deep for the Crisis for 2. That's fine. Well, maybe not. We have to basically bank on them not having another petty theft. Two attacks. I don't mind trading with the Gutterbones. Down to 10, no defenders. Can flash a Borrower in. 5 land. Nissa, stop it.
Will aid you.
She's gonzo though.
Rise, my elemental friend.
They're attacking. Tossing Gutterbones. We can replay it, is why. The land is good. And here is what I believe to be lethal. And so let's pull out a counter spell first. There's no holdups. I think this is lethal. Bingo, bango, bongo. Okay. How are we sideboarding against Sultai Ramp? Similar to our first game, I believe. Noxious Grasp hits Nissa. Heartless Act can go. Eliminate can go. Freebooter, I think, can go because they have so much removal. Drill Bit can now enter. We could shut out the lands. Creatures your opponents control can't have +1/+1 counters put on them. That stops Nissa lands. This stops Krasis. So let's take a look at this Blightbeetle in play, right? As far as what we toss for it. Rankle can be blocked by Flyer. Yeah, I think we dump Rankle because it's easily blocked with the Borrower. Two lands. Our opponent goes first. 3 Regis. That's too heavy with petty thefts. Mulligan. We find our Blightbeetle. Interesting. Let's toss a Bones. Keep the Knight. We have the Embrace. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. This could be nice. We need that third land. Oh, bye-bye, Mr. Beetle. We're so close. They could take Drill Bit. Nice. There's our third land. Beetle in play. Protection from green. Your opponent's creatures can't have +1/+1 counters put on them. There's a petty theft in hand. There always is. Yarp. Let's get Spawn in play. Spawn can attack through the Brazen Borrower defense. Oh no, even. We don't need to instant speed Nissa. We'll just do it on our upkeep. Oh, that extinction event was spicy. I was so jacked to have the Beetle shut down Nissa. Come on, man. No blocks. We'll pick that up. No attacks here. Land is cool. Hopefully that's it. Right? We can maybe deal with this field state if all it is this Brazen Borrower. No blocks, that's okay. Down to 15. Onto the Gutterbones, trying to spread our threat. Mystical Dispute. Oof. No attacks. Taking 3 more damage here. 6 more damage. No blocks. Whatever. Is there another counterspell here? They both die is the problem. No way. It is a counterspell. It's something. Coming in clutch here. This mid-game removal. This is upsetting to me. Down to 3. Oh, we pull a creature. Breath of fresh air. It just doesn't work. We have to top deck removal, and they have to top deck land. Right, that needs to be a land, this needs to be removal. Nice. Gain a little bit of life with our removal here. They could have removal in hand to instant speed it before I can declare my blocks. And they could also counter it. Good game. That was annoying. I don't want to run the freebooter. We just need to now hit odds and evens instead of just one. As far as creatures that took us for a whirl, you know, he hit us with the island, which is nice. Not just grasp doesn't really pick that up. Not a ton of flyers. Maybe Rankle would be good. Demonic Embrace isn't of the highest value because of Petty Theft. Right? It's basically a 2-for-1 for them, so try to avoid that as much as we can. Playing first 3 lands is fine. Nothing spectacular. We're not embracing. They've got mana for Petty Theft. We're also not pumping into the night. They could counterspell it. Right? We've seen that as a reoccurring theme. We are safe. I'm sure there's still a Petty Theft here. Arrow. Fine. This is nice because we can both drill bit and spawn. What you got, boy? What you got? It's that extinction event that annoys me. We have removal if they play a creature. Graveyard's only at 2. Interesting. That's good. All attacks. Here is the blocker. We still do 3 damage. Interesting. Eliminate on the night. Two spawns is aggressive. That's 2 damage at the start of their turn, down to 5. Probably playing Uro. Right, so down to 8 is more like it. Oh, and they pay life for that. That's not good. Big Hydroid Krasis is good for us. 1, 2, 3, 4 could block one of them. Still have lethal, basically. We're gonna grasp the heck out of it. And again, keeping our undefeated streak alive. Good game. Oakley Dokley. Mono black is a house. Mono red used to be really, really good. It's great. I think it's a little flimsy. You know, mono red runs into mono green and it's like, oh no, what do I do? Mono black runs into mono green. It's like, what are you gonna do? Come at my Reggie, baby. So I think mono black is one of the better single color aggro decks right now. We took a look at mono white. I think that's great. That one was rotation proof. This one isn't. I think this one is more powerful because it's not rotation proof, and that's kind of just a given. We've got like not too many days until rotation, like 15 days or something until Zendikar hits in rotation. I am not prepared. I have so much work to do. Whew. Oh my gosh, that gives me anxiety. Thinking of the deck, I went undefeated, so I don't want to change it. It's a great deck. I'm going to continue to push this deck, run it into Mythic, why not? While playing all of these other decks on the side. I get about 2 casual matches a day, if that. In other news, the epoxy desk that we're making. We have magic cards being epoxied, which is like clear resin, onto our old computer desk. We're decking it out. It's going to be really cool. We're sharing that project within the VIP Discord that all of our financial supporters get. So that's like the Twitch Prime, the YouTube membership, and the Patreon. So if you want in on that, you just gotta help out your boy. You know, it's like $1 a day, World Vision over here, right? You know, and even just for those of you supporting through your time and attention, that is what really helps as well. You know, you want to go above and beyond, open a playlist, let it rip through while you fall asleep at night. You don't have to have the volume cranked, just like let your Wi-Fi eat it up, right? Play those ads, baby. And you know, sharing this channel to a friend, be like, hey, you guys, I got this content creator. He's growing a channel. He'd really appreciate you checking it out. He's giving away 350,000 gems. He was giving away 500,000, but some of them have been given away. So we still have a ton of gems to give away. You might want to get in on it. Here's the link. Check out his videos, so on and so forth. So that would be awesome, right? And that is always going to be the quickest way for us to grow. I can trick you one at a time, but if I can trick you guys into tricking your friends, now we're getting 2 at a time. And if we can trick their friends, all right, let's build ourselves a little pyramid, baby. Anywho, I really appreciate your guys' time and attention. I say that over and over again because I cannot get over the fact that you spend so much of it here with me. You're amazing. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed Mono Black. I hope you are crushing it on your way up to Mythic rank this season, just like DeForce did, all the way up to #1. With that all being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit that bell, and check us out on our other platforms. We will see you all in a little bit.